Today's video, the Isuzu Rodeo. Now the alternator's going out, slowly but surely. So, right down there is your alternator. And right next to it is the tensioner. So we're going to take the serpentine belt off. And I will get back to you when I'm under there taking out the alternator. And we're back. Alright, so we are under the truck. There is your alternator. Now let's see if I can get a good shot. Yeah, right there is the plug we're going to remove. And then right next to it on the back side, let's see if we can see it. If you come back here, where is it? Focus. Well, damn phone. Well, somewhere back there is the nut that you have to remove too. It's just a nut and a plug. And then we come... Sorry, I know you guys are like dizzy right now. We come to the alternator. See, so I believe this bolt right here needs to come out, and then the one on top here, where is it? There. Go around. Fuck. Okay, that one right there. That one right there. So this one, and then this one right here next to the hose. The two trans lines. Now I will remove those and I'll show you what it looks like with the alternator out. So here's our old one. It's actually original from the factory, and here is our new replacement, brand new, not refurbished. So we had to come in the wheel well and pull it out this way. Now, I'm sure there's another way to do it, but that's the way we did it. And there is a 1.5 inch body lift on this truck, which made it easier to come out the wheel well. So, you can look at the Haynes manual, service manual, to see how they do it normally, but that's how we got it out. And that is a hole where the alternator used to be. You can see the two trans lines on the bottom. And then, let's see where. Right here, under the radiator hose next to the tensioner. Right there is where it was bolted to. This little... right there. And then there was a smaller bolt on the bottom there. You can see the outline of it next to the two trans lines where it's clean and dirt. That's where the second bolt was. That is your lower bolt, which is this right here goes here, and then this one is your longer one that goes in there. This one is your 14 millimeter, and that is a 12 millimeter. Now, bolt threads into here on the alternator. Then on the back side is your clip. Right here is going to be a clip that you press down to pull this out. And then right here is where this little nut was to take the charging wire off. Alright, and there's your new nut, all that. So now we're going to put it in through the sidewall, wheel well, and make sure you disconnect the negative on the battery, because I forgot to and sparked something. Luckily, hopefully, I didn't do anything to the electrical system, but it was an oversight because I am cold. So, ignore the corrosion on the battery mount. That's all it is. That's another day's project. Alright, into the install. Alright, there comes the alternator through here. Alright, and then alright, I got it. And I'm passing off the camera.
Where's the phone?
And it's dark, and I'm tired, but you can see the new alternator's in, and yes, it's got marks because I was not too thrilled in installing it, but we'll get to that. So right now, that is your plug that plugs into your alternator. Yes, it looks like two different plugs, but it is one plug. And this is what decompresses to get it out of its place. Its place is right here below the nut that your charging wire is to. So we're going to push that back in, clips back in. I already tightened this down. There's your 14 millimeter. And down here where my finger is the 12. Now, what we're going to get to is Right here is a sleeve inside the alternator. This sleeve sticks out right here where you see this gap in the bracket. Now that sleeve on this new aftermarket alternator was a hair too long compared to the stock alternator. So what I had to do is I had to sand this sleeve down a bunch of in and out with the alternator till it fit. And then it slid right in. Otherwise, I was a 16th or a 32nd of an inch off from getting the bolt to thread in, and it would not go into place. So I had to shave the end of this sleeve that sticks out a little bit off, just enough to get it in there. You can use the old alternator as a comparison. I used the nickel. It seemed the nickel next to the sleeve was just about as much stick out as you need to fit in here nicely. So bottom line, that's in. That's the install. I'm going to put the serpentine belt back on, and I might be back with a video of it running and charging, but it's getting late, so we'll see. And we're back, and you can see that. Hold on, I'm going to wedge somehow. Let's see. Alright. So we are at 14.3 volts. Alright, headlights. So it jumps right back to 14.3. KCs. And jumps right back to 14.3. When we first started, when it was colder at higher RPMs, it was 14.5. So I guess 14.3 is what we're looking for. And it's doing good. So that is how to replace an alternator on an O2. Or basically what I did. So good luck. Remember to disconnect the battery when you first start on this adventure. And I'll see you in the next one.